Hello students, welcome to Social Studies class. In our today's class, we are going to study chapter 4 of History, the Mughal Empire. It was not an easy task to rule Indian subcontinent. Why? Because there were varieties of people and culture. Okay, there were different people and cultures, and also the different rulers. Okay, rulers were also not of similar religion or similar culture. So it was extremely difficult for any ruler to establish his rule over the whole of Indian subcontinent. पूरे इंडिया में रूल करना बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट था, क्योंकि इंडिया में जो पॉपुलेशन थी एट दैट टाइम, द पीपल वर following the diverse culture, having different kinds of ruler. Okay, so it was very difficult task, and none of them were able to rule up to the Mughal Empire. Okay, जब तक मुगल्स आए तब तक there was no one who ruled the whole of India solely. So Mughal did it in early age. Yes, the Mauryan Empire, and some different tried too, and they also established their rule. Okay, but Mughals did it at very early age, means only 4 or 5 rulers of Mughal dynasty, only 4 to 5 generation of rulers quickly established the rule over Indian subcontinent. Okay, so who were Mughals? When did they came to India? Okay, so as we had studied in the previous chapter, Babur had came in India, had invaded Delhi in 1526. Okay, in the Battle of Panipat, the Lodi dynasty came to an end, the Delhi Sultanate had came to an end, and Babur established the Mughal rule. From Babur to Aurangzeb, between this period, the Mughals controlled nearly all of the subcontinent. Okay, they covered whole of the Indian subcontinent from the rule of Babur to Aurangzeb. बीच में ये टाइम पीरियड में इनके बीच में जो किंग्स थे, मीन्स फ्रॉम किंग बाबर टू किंग औरंगजेब, all were very good rulers and all were very good kings. Okay, so till then the Mughal Empire flourished and they controlled nearly whole of the Indian subcontinent. Who were Mughals? Okay, the Mughals were the descendant of two great lineage. Mughals were the descendants of two great lineage. Mother's side Genghis Khan and father's side Taimur. Okay, mother's side Genghis Khan, also called Genghis Khan, and from father's side Chief Taimur. Okay, here the Mughal Empire was founded by Zahir Uddin Muhammad Babur. Okay, by Babur. So the term Mughal, how did it came? The Mughal term came from Babur's ancestors. Okay, uske purvaj. Okay, so Babur was the descendant of Genghis Khan and from mother's side, and from father's side he was the descendant of Chief Taimur. Okay, who was the warrior of Central Asia. ओके यानी जो बाबर है, ओके, ज़हीरुद्दीन मोहम्मद बाबर है, जिन्होंने दिल्ली और आगरा को कैप्चर किया, ओके, इब्राहिम लोडी को हराया, उनके पूर्वज फ्रॉम मदर साइड, फ्रॉम मदर की फैमिली जो हम बोलते हैं और फादर की फैमिली, राइट. सो मदर की फैमिली से उनके पूर्वज थे चेंगिस खान, जो उनके ग्रेट ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर थे, राइट. यानी ही वॉज दादा के पप्पा, राइट. ही वॉज द डिसेंडेंट ऑफ दादा के पप्पा का. ओके, सो दिस इज हाउ Genghis Khan was related to Babur, okay, from the mother side. Genghis Khan was the ruler of Mongol, okay. Genghis Khan ruled over Mongol, China and Central Asia. And from father's side, okay, Babur's father के साइड में he was the grandson of Taimur, okay. Taimur ruled over Iran, Iraq and modern day Turkey, means in today we can call it Turkey. So Taimur was the ancestor and he was related from the father side. He ruled over Iran, Iraq and Turkey. Students, the Mughal Empire, okay, the Mughals did not prefer to be called as Mughals, right? The Babur did not like to be recognized as Mongol, okay. बाबर और ये सब ये नहीं चाहते थे कि उन्हें मंगोल, उसके एंसेस्टर फ्रॉम मंगोल साइड से जाना जाए, क्योंकि चेंगिस खान ऑफ मंगोल, ओके, the great great grandfather of Babur was a ruthless, he was the ruthless ruler. He had been killing many people, okay. उन्होंने काफ़ी लाखों लोगों की जान ली हुई है. So he did not wanted to be recognized as Mughal initially, and he was proud of their Taimurid ancestry, okay. ये वंशज थे चेंगिस खान और तैमूर के, बट इन्हें तैमूर के नाम से प्रिफर ज़्यादा वो करते थे कि वो रिकॉग्नाइज हो. सो दे वर प्राउड ऑफ देयर Taimurid ancestry because their great grand ancestor had captured Delhi in 1398. Okay, there were two reasons. Because first reason was they did not like to be recognized as the descendant of Mongol, and second was they were proud of Taimurid ancestry because Taimur had invaded Delhi in 1398. तैमूर ने दिल्ली को कैप्चर किया था, ऑक्यूपाई किया था 1398 में. ओके, रिमेंबर तैमूर invaded Delhi in 1398. So they celebrate their genealogy pictorially. Okay, what they used to do at that time, there were no photographs or something, but the new king, okay, the new king, whoever is becoming, used to make a painting, used to make a painting of himself with all the ancestors, okay, with all the previous kings. Babur was the first king and the founder of Mughal Empire. Babur inherited the small Central Asian kingdom of Fergana. Okay, Babur succeeded the throne of Fergana. Fergana is a place, a region in eastern Uzbekistan, okay, which is located in the Central Asia. So, Babur inherited the kingdom of Fergana, small kingdom of Fergana, at a very young age. He was of 12 years. When he was of 12 years, he was forced to leave his ancestral throne due to the invasion of another Mongol group, Uzbeks. Okay, but he was driven out. He was forcibly removed by one of the Uzbek tribe of the region. After roaming for some years, Babur captured Kabul in 1504. In 1504, Babur captured Kabul. He then invaded India. Okay, he then came to India and attacked Delhi. He defeated the Sultan of Delhi, Ibrahim Lodi. हमने पहले चैप्टर में पढ़ा था दिल्ली सल्तनत में कि इब्राहिम लोडी को बाबर हराते हैं. ओके, और इन 1526 at the battle of Panipat he captured Delhi. He defeated Ibrahim Lodi and occupied Delhi and Agra. बाबर अपना कब्जा जमाते हैं दिल्ली और आगरा में. बाबर ने आगरा को अपना कैपिटल बनाया. He made Agra his capital. This marked the beginning of मुगल एम्पायर. यहीं से मुगल एम्पायर इंडिया में स्टार्ट होता है. ओके, he founded the Mughal Empire. He was the founder and the first king of Mughal Empire. In 1527, ओके, 1527 में उन्होंने राणा सांगा को भी हराया. ओके, he defeated Rana Sanga, the famous Rajput ruler of Mewar, and his allies at Khanwa. So, what is the meaning of allies? Allies means the supportive region. Okay, the supportive regions of Rana Sanga. Okay, so Babur defeated Rana Sanga of Mewar and the allies of at Khanwa in 1527. He also defeated the chief ruler of Rajput at Chandaneri. ठीक है, चांदेरी के राजपूत रूलर को भी उन्होंने हराया. ओके, ही इवन डिफीटेड द चीफ ऑफ चंदेरी इन 1528 एंड देन ही डिफीटेड द अफगान चीफ ऑफ बंगाल एंड बिहार. फिर उन्होंने अफगान रूलर ऑफ बंगाल और बिहार को भी हराया. ही डाइड इन 1530. ओके, बिफोर ही कुड स्ट्रेंथन हिज होल्ड ओवर हिज कॉन्क्वेस्ट. अभी उन्होंने दिल्ली, आगरा, मेवाड़, चंदेरी, बिहार और बंगाल, इन सारे प्रोविंसेस को कैप्चर कर लिया था. उसके बाद 1530 में उनकी डेथ हो जाती है एंड ही कुड बिफोर ही कुड स्ट्रेंथन हिज होल्ड ओवर द regions. Babur was a scholar of Turkish and Persian language. He recorded his experience in Tuzuki Baburi, which is regarded as a classic. Okay, let's look forward. In the third paragraph of Babur, Babur was a scholar of Turkish and Persian language. He recorded his experience in Tuzuki Baburi, which is regarded as a classic. Okay, he wrote all the experiences of his life in Tuzuki Baburi. Before his death, before he died, Babur chose his favorite and the eldest son, Humayun, as his heir. Before dying, he chose his Varas, okay, Varasdar, we can tell as a nominee, as a heir for all the real estates. Before his death, Babur chose his favorite and the eldest son, Humayun. Babur instructed Humayun to hand over some provinces to the younger princes Kamran, Askari and Hindal. Okay. बाबर हैड मैनी सन्स, उनके बहुत सारे बेटे थे, बट उनके सबसे बड़े बेटे हुमायूं थे, जिन्हें बाबर ने एडवाइस दिया, इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया कि वो दूसरे छोटे भाइयों को भी कुछ न कुछ रीजन दे. ही शुड ऑल्सो हैंड ओवर सम ऑफ द प्रोविंसेस टू द यंगर प्रिंसेस. Succession to the throne was based on primogeniture. Primogeniture means the eldest son will receive all the property and the right of succession belong to the eldest and the firstborn child. Okay, so in India the succession to throne was based on primogeniture. ओके, इंडिया में तब कैसा था कि जो फर्स्ट एंड द एल्डेस्ट सन हो उसे पूरा साम्राज्य मिलता था. ही वॉज कॉल्ड द सक्सेसर ऑफ द किंगडम. बट इन दिस अ मोनार्क्स एल्डेस्ट सर्वाइविंग सन यूजुअली इनहेरिटेड द थ्रोन. द मुगल डिड नॉट फॉलो द ट्रेडिशन सेंट बाय चेंगिस खान, okay, who followed the tradition and nominated his heir the most deserving. Okay, Babur did not follow the custom of Genghis Khan, okay, who nominated his heir the most deserving. ओके, चेंगिस खान क्या करते थे, जो मोस्ट डिजर्विंग होते थे, मोस्ट पावरफुल सन होता था उनका, उन्हें ही अपना सक्सेशन देते थे. बट हियर बाबर डिवाइडेड हिज प्रोविंसेस, डिवाइडेड हिज प्रॉपर्टी एंड रीजन्स टू सन. ओके, बट मेनली ही चोज हुमायूं and told Humayun to share some of the provinces. Okay, because it was a tradition that the most deserving son or grandson or the male in the family will receive the throne. There were many conflicts between the brothers, okay, between the male family members. So the Mughal throne was thus contested by the brothers and male relatives of the ruler. So whosoever is the ruler, the king, उनके relatives, उनसे younger relatives और उनके son, okay, उनके बेटे और उनके छोटे भाई, उन सब में झगड़े होते थे. वो सब के बीच में कंपटीशन होता था. ओके, जिसके वजह से, जिसका रिजल्ट क्या होता था कि भाई ही भाई को मार देते थे. ओके, ब्रदर यूज टू किल अनदर ब्रदर फॉर द पावर, फॉर द किंगडम. सो दैट टर्म इज कॉल्ड fratricide. Okay, fratricide. So fratricide was the common result of this tradition because of this nomination. Humayun, 1530 to 1540 and 1555 to 1556. Okay, you must be thinking that Humayun ruled till 1540. Then what happened? And why there is a gap of 15 years? Okay, that we'll see as we read the chapter. On becoming king, Humayun had to face the rivalry of his brothers and relatives. Okay, when Humayun became the king, he had to face the competition, he had to face the rivalry of his brothers and other relatives, because they also wanted to become the king and wanted the throne. He had other rivals too. Okay, it is not that only family members were the rivals, बाहर से भी उन्हें बहुत कंपटीशन फेस करना पड़ता था, because others also attacked. Okay, one of the rival was Afghan Sher Shah Sur. Okay, one of the rival was Afghan Sher Shah Sur, who ruled Bihar and Bengal. अफगान रूलर जो बिहार और बंगाल को रूल करते थे, वो लोग भी इनके कॉम्पिटिटर्स थे. And another rival, another competitor was Bahadur Shah, the ruler of Gujarat, whom Humayun subdued through, though only briefly. Another attacker or another competitor was Bahadur Shah, who used to rule in Gujarat, who was subdued, who was कंट्रोल्ड और डिप्रेस्ड फॉर सम टाइम, जिसे थोड़े टाइम के लिए रोक दिया गया था. ओके, सो ही हैड मैनी कॉम्पिटिटर्स. द अफगान शेर शाह डिफीटेड हुमायूं एट जोजा इन 1539. ओके, शेर शाह रूल्ड बिहार एंड बंगाल, राइट? So Sher Shah defeated Humayun at Jauza, which is a place in Bihar. Okay, Sher Shah ने हुमायूं को चौजा में हराया. And again in कनौज in 1540. कनौज में वापस हराया 1540 में, 1540 में. So now Humayun was overthrown. Okay, Humayun was removed from power. Okay, and Humayun was now removed from power. Then after till 15 years, Sher Shah ruled over Indian subcontinent. He ruled over Agra and Delhi. Humayun was thus overthrown, and after the 15 years, in 1555, Humayun recaptured Delhi and Agra. Okay, 15 साल के बाद Humayun recaptured Agra with the help of Persian ruler Shah Tahmasp of Safavid dynasty. Okay, Safavid dynasty के एक रूलर के मदद से उसने दिल्ली रिकैप्चर किया, आगरा रिकैप्चर किया, वापस कैप्चर किया 1555 में. ओके, विद द हेल्प ऑफ द ईरान बेस्ड डायनेस्टी सफाविड डायनेस्टी. ही रिस्टोर्ड मुगल रूल इन इंडिया. वापस मुगल रूल रिस्टोर हो गया. द सूर सल्तनेट, जो 15 इयर्स का गैप है 1540 से 1555, उस टाइम पीरियड में शेर शाह ने कॉन्कर किया. आफ्टर डिफीटिंग एंड ओवरथ्रोइंग हुमायूं इन 1540, शेर शाह स्टार्टेड द सूर डायनेस्टी एट आगरा. शेर शाह सूरी ने सूर डायनेस्टी स्टार्ट किया. He ruled till 1545. 5 years तक उन्होंने रूल किया. ओके, ड्यूरिंग हिज शॉर्ट पीरियड ऑफ रूल ही बिल्ट एन एम्पायर. शॉर्ट पीरियड में ही उन्होंने एक्सपांड किया. ही बिल्ट एन एम्पायर स्ट्रेचिंग फ्रॉम बंगाल टू इंडस. ओके, बंगाल से इंडस तक और excluding Kashmir. He also introduced an efficient land revenue system. उन्होंने एक्सपांड किया टेरिटरी, उसके बाद उन्होंने एक अच्छा लैंड रेवेन्यू सिस्टम यानी टैक्सेशन सिस्टम एफिशिएंट बनाया, अच्छा बनाया. ही बिल्ट मैनी रोड्स एंड स्टैंडर्डाइज द कॉइन्स, वेट्स एंड मेजर्स. उन्होंने हाईवेज बनवाए. ओके, ही मेड द हाईवेज, ही मेड big roads, broader roads. He standardized the coins and weights. ओके, उन्होंने एक मेजरमेंट सिस्टम बनाया, वेट सिस्टम बनाया, कॉइन्स इंट्रोड्यूस किए, करेंसी इंट्रोड्यूस की. सो he made many reforms. Okay, he made many good reforms, good changes. Sher Shah died in 1545. His dynasty ruled until Humayun restored the Mughal rule in 1555. After ruling for 5 years, Sher Shah dies and his further successors, okay, उनके आगे के जो वंशज है उन लोगों ने रूल किया. कब तक? जब तक हुमायूं ने मुगल रूल रिस्टोर किया तब तक, यानी 1555 तक, जब वो लोग सफ़ाविद डायनेस्टी के से हेल्प लेकर उन्होंने रिस्टोर किया हुमायूं ने. नेक्स्ट रूलर इज अकबर. ओके, Humayun died in 1556 after recapturing Agra and Delhi in 1555. Humayun, after 1 year, he died. Humayun died in 1556. How did he die? He died in an accident. एक एक्सीडेंट की वजह से उनकी मौत हो गई. आफ्टर अ फॉल इन हिज लाइब्रेरी एट पुराना किला इन दिल्ली. ओके, एक्सीडेंटली वो अपने लाइब्रेरी के रूफ टॉप से अपर स्टेयरकेस से गिर गए, जिनके वजह से उनको इंजरी हुई एंड ही डाइड आफ्टर अ फॉल इन हिज लाइब्रेरी एट पुराना किला इन दिल्ली. His 14-year-old son Akbar was then crowned prince. His son was just 14 years old and he was made the king. Humayun trusted officer Bairam Khan and he was made regent. हुमायूं का सबसे ट्रस्टेड ऑफिसर बैरम खान को एज अ गार्डियन, एज अ रीजेंट रखा था अकबर का. ओके, अकबर वॉज क्राउंड एज अ किंग एंड बैरम खान वॉज मेड हिज रीजेंट. Regent means a person who rules on behalf of a minor monarch. A person who rules on behalf of a minor monarch. Minor yani less than 18 years. Okay. So as you know, Akbar was a small boy. He was of a very young age. And he was not so much capable to rule and to take decisions. So a person was needed to rule, to take decision on the behalf of king. And Bairam Khan was trusted man of Humayun. So Humayun's trusted man Bairam Khan, Humayun's trusted officer, was made the regent. Soon after Akbar became king, Hemu, a general of Sood dynasty, occupied Agra and Delhi. Okay, after Akbar was made king at the age of 14, Hemu, a general of Sood dynasty, Sood dynasty जो थी उनके जनरल मीन्स उनके कमांडर ऑफ द आर्मी, captured and occupied Agra and Delhi. Of Sood dynasty, he captured Agra and Delhi. In the same year 1556, Bairam Khan defeated and killed Hemu. Okay, after he occupied again, Bairam Khan defeated and killed Hemu in the Battle of Panipat and reoccupied Delhi and Agra. Okay, so as you know that Bairam Khan was the caretaker and he was made the regent. So in 1556, at the time when Hemu occupied Agra and Delhi, immediately Bairam Khan also defeated and killed Hemu in the Battle of Panipat and reoccupied Delhi and Agra. Akbar soon grew impatient of Bairam Khan's domination. Akbar grew impatient of Bairam Khan's domination because Bairam Khan was caretaker. He used to dominate. He used to give orders to Akbar. And as Akbar was growing, he wanted to get the power in his hands. Okay. So he persuaded Bairam Khan to go to Makkah. He insisted Bairam Khan to go to the pilgrimage. उन्होंने बैरम खान को कहा कि आप एक होली जर्नी पे जाए, आप एक रिलीजियस जर्नी पे जाओ मक्का, विच इज़ मक्का. ऑन हिज वे टू मक्का, जब वो मक्का के पे जा रहे थे, उसी जर्नी में के बीच में ही बैरम खान वॉज मर्डर्ड इन गुजरात. Akbar then took over the reins of government. Okay, so Bairam Khan was killed. Okay, killed on the way to Makkah, and he was murdered in Gujarat. Akbar then took over the command. Akbar brought most of India under his control. Most of the India was controlled by Akbar through his conquest and alliances. Through the conquest and alliance means the union formed. Okay, through the union formed for benefit. So he occupied, and with the help of alliance he controlled major parts of India. He, however, had to overcome the rivalry of his brother Mirza Hakim. Okay, Mirza Hakim was his biggest rival and he had to overcome him. And towards the end of his rule, he faced a revolt by his son Salim. Okay. He was very shocked because he had faced a revolt by his son. उसके son ने भी उसके son also had done violent action. Okay, son also wanted to get the power even when the father was alive. So this made him disturbed. Okay, conquest means to attack and to occupy, right? In 1560, Akbar's army conquered Malwa and parts of central India. In 1560, Akbar's army conquered Malwa and parts of Central Asia. Akbar also captured the fort of Chittor from Rana Uday Singh. Okay. So what were the conquest? The conquest of Akbar's were the state of Malwa and Chittor from Rana Uday Singh, Mewar, and he defeated the Uday Singh's son Rana Pratap at Haldi Ghati. Okay, अकबर ने उदय सिंह के बेटे यानी प्रिंस राणा प्रताप, किंग राणा प्रताप को हल्दी घाटी के बैटल में हराया. Though defeated, Rana Pratap escaped on his horse. राणा प्रताप को हरा दिया. राणा प्रताप couldn't fight back because he was injured, okay, because of the incapacity of the army. So he escaped on his horse Chetak. Okay, the name of Rana Pratap's horse was Chetak. So Rana Pratap escaped on the horse Chetak and continued his fight throughout the life. Okay, Uday Singh and Rana Pratap, Maharana Rana Pratap were Sisodia rulers who did not accept the Mughal rule and who did not accepted the Mughal rule and fought back. Akbar defeated Rana Pratap at Haldi Ghati, and though Rana Pratap was defeated, he did not accept the Mughal rule. He escaped on his horse Chetak and continued the fight throughout the life. In 1570, Akbar conquered Gujarat, Bengal and Odisha. Thus he won control over Gujarat's overseas trading with the Arabs and Europeans and Bengal's overseas trading with Southeast Asia and China. ओके 1570 में अकबर ने गुजरात, बंगाल, ओडिशा को कॉन्कर किया, कैप्चर किया. और एज यू नो गुजरात वॉज अ फेमस स्टेट, फेमस रीजन फॉर ओवरसीज ट्रेडिंग. गुजरात से अरब और यूरोपियंस की ट्रेडिंग लिंक थी और वहाँ पर उसी पोर्ट पे वो लोग ट्रेडिंग करते थे. और बंगाल से साउथ ईस्ट साइड की कंट्रीज़ यानी एशिया और चाइना चाइना और वहाँ की कंट्रीज़ ट्रेडिंग करते थे. सो अकबर गॉट बोथ द साइड. ओके, ही कैप्चर्ड गुजरात, he also captured Bengal. Among Akbar's other conquests were Kabul, Kashmir, Sindh, Khandar. These conquests led closer trade ties with Central Asia and Persia. Because of winning all these regions, because of winning Sindh and Kandar, it became very close to trade tie with Central Asia and Persia, and he also made the northwestern frontiers secure. He made northwestern frontiers, means near Nepal, China, he made it secured. At its peaks, Akbar empire stretched from Himalayas. At its peaks, Akbar's in the Deccan, the Bahmani kingdom had broken up in 5 separate kingdoms. Okay, we had learned that Bahmani kingdom was the independent region. Okay, had become the individual independent kingdom. But now in Deccan, Bahmani kingdoms had broken up into 5 separate kingdoms. उसके 5 parts हो गए थे. बेरार, बीजापुर, अहमदनगर, गोलकोंडा एंड बिदार. ओके, ये सारे नाम हैं. सो जो बहमानी किंगडम्स, ये 5 किंगडम्स थे. अकबर कॉन्कर्ड द पार्ट्स ऑफ नॉर्दर्न डिकैन इंक्लूडिंग द अहमदनगर. These are all near the Maharashtra. Okay, so Akbar conquered all this. At its peak, Akbar's empire stretched from Himalayas and Kashmir in north to river Godavari in south and from Kandar in west to Bengal in east. Okay, अकबर के रूल के टाइम पे मैक्सिमम कवरेज हो गया था. हिमालयास और कश्मीर जो नॉर्थ में है, राइट, जो नॉर्थ में हिमालय और कश्मीर है, वहाँ से लेकर नॉर्थ से लेकर साउथ तक गोदावरी रिवर तक उन्होंने कैप्चर किया था. और जो साउथ है उसमें से साउथ तक किया था, और कंधार वेस्ट में है, वहाँ से बंगाल ईस्ट तक उन्होंने कॉन्कर कर लिया था. डिप्लोमेसी. Akbar showed religious tolerance and cleverly won over other rulers. Okay, Akbar was very tolerant towards all religions. He allowed everyone to practice their own religion and belief. उन्होंने सबको अलाउंस दिया था कि आपको जो रिलीजन में बिलीफ है आप वो फॉलो कर सकते हो. And he respected every religion. So because of this benefit, because of this, he cleverly won over other rulers of different religions, especially powerful Rajput chiefs. Rajput were very powerful, and because of this quality of Akbar, it was easy for Akbar, because Rajput chiefs also made their sisters and their daughters marry with Mughals. Okay, so through marriage alliance and grant of high offices. Because Akbar was religiously tolerant, Rajput chiefs, Rajput important persons of Rajput, married their sister or their daughter to Mughal emperors, to Akbar, and granted them as a high office. You will learn more about Akbar's wise policies later in this chapter. Okay, Akbar died in 1605 and he was buried at Sikandara near Agra. This is the image of Purana Killa in Delhi, which served as the library of Humayun. Humayun fell over the stairs and died. Okay, Humayun fell from the stairs of this building and accidentally died. After Humayun's accidental death, after Humayun died at Purana Killa, his son Akbar had to become the emperor. So when Akbar was just 14 years of age, he had to become emperor. Okay, so Akbar ruled from 1556 to 1605. Okay, Akbar ruled from the period from the year 1556 to 1605. This is the image of Akbar. Akbar's rule is divided into three periods. The first one is 1556 to 1570. When Akbar became independent of the regent Bairam Khan and other members of his domestic staff. Okay, as Akbar was in his childhood, just 14 years old, a person on behalf of Akbar was appointed to guide him to take decisions and to rule on behalf of Akbar. Bairam Khan was made the regent. So to get rid of Bairam Khan, okay, Akbar became impatient, and to get rid of Bairam Khan, Akbar sent him to pilgrimage. He told him to go on pilgrimage, and on the way to Makkah, on the journey to Makkah, Bairam Khan was murdered in Gujarat. Right, so this is how Akbar became independent from Bairam Khan and other staff. Then he launched military campaigns. He started campaigns against Suris of Sur dynasty and other Afghans, and again the neighboring countries neighboring kingdoms of Malwa and Gondwa, and to suppress the revolt of his half brother Mirza Hakim and the Uzbeks. Okay, Akbar launched military campaign. He attacked Suris, other Afghans. He attacked neighboring kingdoms to get them. He conquered Malwa, Gondwana, and he also defeated the revolt of his half brother Mirza Hakim. In 1568, he captured Sisodia's capital, Chittor, and in 1569, he captured Ranthambore. In 1570 to 1585, military campaigns in Gujarat were launched, followed by the campaigns in Bihar, Bengal, and Orissa. And the campaigns were interrupted by the revolt in support of Mirza Hakim, 1585 to 1605. In 1585 to 1605, expansion of Akbar's empire continued. Campaigns were launched in northwest. Kandahar was captured from Safavids. Kashmir was also captured. Kabul too was annexed after the death of Mirza Hakim. After the death of half-brother Mirza Hakim, Akbar also captured Kabul, and campaigns in the Deccan started, where Berar, Khandesh, and parts of Ahmednagar were annexed in the last years of the rule of Akbar. In the last years, he was distracted because his own favorite son, Salim, rebelled. Okay, because of the rebellion of Prince Salim, the future Emperor Jahangir. Okay, so almost Akbar took over many territories, like he conquered Malwa, he conquered Gondwa, he suppressed the revolts of Rajput rulers, he took over Chittor, Ranthambore, Gujarat, and he also took over the Bahmani kingdoms of Deccan. He took over Kashmir, Sindh, Kandahar, Kabul. Okay, so all these places were covered. He conquered Bengal and Odisha. Okay, so his empire stretched from Himalayas and Kashmir in north and to river Godavari in south and Kandahar to Bengal in west. He also captured Deccan, parts of Deccan, Berar, Khandesh, parts of Ahmednagar were annexed. In the last years of his rule, he was distracted because his own son rebelled him. Okay, children, let's see this in the map. So Akbar ruled over Kabul, Kandahar, Kashmir, Delhi, Ajmer, Chittor, Gujarat, Malwa, Ranthambore, Agra, Bihar, Patna, Bengal, Orissa, Gondwana, Berar, Ahmednagar, Bijapur and Golconda. So Akbar covered almost many provinces, many territories. He died in 1605. Jahangir was the successor of Akbar. After Akbar, his son Salim ascended the throne as Nuruddin Muhammad Jahangir. After Akbar's death, his son Salim ascended the throne and took the title of Muhammad Jahangir, conqueror of the world. Jahangir means the conqueror of the world. Jahangir's throne was contested by son Khusrau. Okay, Jahangir's competitor rival was his own son Khusrau. Khusrau was the competitor and he revolted against Jahangir. Like Akbar, Jahangir showed religious tolerance. He also allowed his people to follow the religion of their choice. Okay, he allowed the religious tolerance. He also continued Akbar's policy of winning over Rajput chiefs through marriage alliance. Okay, he also continued his father's policy of winning Rajput chiefs through marriage. Okay, he also married the Rajput princesses and granted high offices. However, he had the Sikh leader Guru Arjan or Arjan Dev executed for helping Prince Khusrau. Okay, he also was a good religious tolerant, but he he punished Guru Arjan Dev for helping his son Khusrau, who was the rival of his father. Okay, so for helping Khusrau to punish Arjan Dev, he made him killed. This started a long conflict. Because of this, a fight began between Sikh and the Mughals. Because Guru Arjan Dev was the leader of Sikh, because of the killing of Arjan Dev, fights between Sikh and Mughals started. Another setback was the loss of Kandahar to the Persians. Okay, another setback, another problem was that Kandahar also was lost. Okay, territory Kandahar also, he also lost the territory Kandahar to Persians. As a result of this, Mughals lost the control over the trade routes to Afghanistan. कंधार हार गए जहांगीर, जिसके वजह से अफ़गान के साथ ट्रेड अभी नहीं हो रहा था. पर्शिया एंड सेंट्रल एशिया. द लॉस ऑफ कंधार ऑल्सो एक्सपोज्ड इंडिया टू इन्वेशंस फ्रॉम नॉर्थ वेस्ट. कंधार हारने की वजह से अफ़गानिस्तान, पर्शिया और सेंट्रल एशिया के साथ ट्रेडिंग रूट क्लोज हो गया था, ट्रेडिंग नहीं हो रहा था. और कंधार के लॉस के वजह से बाकी लोगों को, बाकी नॉर्थ वेस्ट राइवल्स को भी पता चल गया. लॉस ऑफ कंधार ऑल्सो एक्सपोज्ड इंडिया टू इन्वेजन्स फ्रॉम नॉर्थ वेस्ट. नॉर्थ वेस्ट से भी इन्वेजन होने लगा. अहमदनगर had freed itself from Mughal control. Now the Ahmednagar near Maharashtra also freed itself from Mughal control towards the end of Akbar's rule. Although Jahangir subjugated Ahmednagar, although Jahangir captured Ahmednagar, it remained a source of trouble throughout his life. Okay, it was troublesome throughout his life. Jahangir granted trading rights to Portuguese and later to English. Okay, Jahangir granted the trading right to the Portuguese and then to English. Thomas Roy an envoy of King James. Thomas Roy, employee of King James. Okay, employee of King James of England visited Jahangir's court. So, Thomas Roy visited Jahangir's court. He has left an interesting account of life in Mughal court. Okay, because of this, an interesting account was also left. You know, after period, after Mughal period, British started to rule India. Okay, so they had came to take the permission for trading. Jahangir's wife Meher Nisa, also known as Noor Jahan, was very powerful in the court. Okay, Jahangir's wife Meher Nisa, also known as Noor Jahan, was very powerful in the court. She advised Jahangir on matters of the state. Okay, Jahangir used to get advices from his wife Noor Jahan. She was a very powerful lady. Okay, children, that's all for today. We'll continue this chapter in the next part of this chapter. Okay, we will continue this chapter in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself and keep smiling and study nicely. Okay, children, bye. Take care.